Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Once again, there's a lot of sun here.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pranam to everybody assembled. A very, very happy Ramnami to all.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yeah. Happy Ram Navami to all. Why is this speaker? Okay. Okay, so we're going to discuss about Lord Rama. So like I said, I'm going to read from Valmiki Ramayana. Very interesting. So this is actually by His Grace Vidwan Gaurang Prabhu. So he's in doing this verse by verse translation of Sri Ramayana. So beautiful. So I'm reading two sections which actually highlight the focus of Ramayana. So very, very nice. So I'm reading introduction, and I had read this last year also, but I guess it's always good to keep reading it again and again. Sri Valmiki Ramayana is one of the foundational scriptural authorities on all aspects of Vedic and Vaishnava philosophy, culture and discipline. So Valmiki Ramayana, foundational scriptural authority on all aspects of Vedic and Vaishnava philosophy, culture and discipline. As such, this great literature has been a source of knowledge and inspiration to Vaishnavas of the four authentic disciplic successions that stem from the Supreme Lord himself, and is much loved among all who accept the authority of the Vedic scriptures, even if they happen to be Shaivas, Shaktas, and so on. So it's a source of knowledge and inspiration. What to speak of them, even some Buddhists who officially deny any allegiance to Vedic teachings revere the Valmiki Ramayana, for it is a true sage's direct perception in Samadhi about Rama, the very personification of Dharma. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. But Rama is more than that. According to the Srimad Bhagavatam, the cream of all Vedic literature, he is an incarnation of Krishna, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ete chamsa kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Bradayanti Yuge Yuge. Of all the above mentioned incarnations, all of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. And this subject has been clarified by the highest authority in the universe, Lord Brahma himself. Ramadimurtishu kala niyamena tishtan नानावतारम करोद् भुवनेषु किन्तु कृष्ण स्वयं समभवत् परमपुमान्यो Govindamadi tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, who manifested himself personally as Krishna, and the different avatars in the world in the forms of Rama, Narsimha, Vamana, as his subjective portions. So they are all subjective portions, meaning Amsha. Kala, Amsha and Kala. Amsha is expansion, Kala is expansion of expansion. But we should not materialistically imagine that the incarnation is substantially inferior to the source of incarnations, meaning Rama is not inferior to Krishna. So we should understand this. That also Brahma says in Brahma Samhita, Deeparchireva hi dashantaram abhyupetya Deepaite vivrata hetu samana dharma yastadrigeva hischa Vishnu taya vibhati Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami. So it's like Krishna is the original candle and all these avatars are just they're other candles which have been lit from this candle. So They all have the same brightness, so to speak, same as luminous, as powerful, as opulent. Therefore, based on the above example, we should understand that Krishna, Rama, Narasimha, Narayana, and other Vishnu forms are all substantially the same persons, though in particular forms he chooses to exhibit more of his qualities, and in other forms he chooses to exhibit less of his qualities. So it's just Supreme Lord's completely independent free will to demonstrate whatever qualities he wants to in each and every of his incarnation. As such, Sri Valmiki's Ramayana expounds the transcendental nature and supremacy of Lord Rama by identifying him as the supreme person of Godhead Narayana, and prescribes in several ways the absolute necessity of surrendering unto him. So this is the theme of today's discussion. What is Ramayana? The core of Ramayana is it prescribes absolute necessity of surrendering unto the Supreme Lord. In each of his forms, the Supreme Lord exhibits a certain mood, and in the form of Ramachandra, the son of King Dasharatha, he is famous as Maryada Purushottama, meaning the Supreme Person who follows Vedic Dharma meticulously for the welfare of one and all. So Rama is Maryada Purushottama. Krishna is Leela Purushottama. Since Lord Ramachandra meticulously adheres to Vedic Dharma, the Ramayana incidentally reveals the intricate details of the divine system of Varnashrama. So Ramayana reveals details of Varnashrama, and we are all running away from Varnashrama. Though there are innumerable renditions of Rama Leela, Srila Prabhupada notes that the Ramayana of Maharishi Valmiki is the definitive and authentic account of the pastimes of Lord Rama. Though Valmiki Ramayana is book that is popularly read even now, it has been intellectually abused almost to the extent that Bhagavad Gita has been abused. Rama has been often misunderstood to be the ideal man or a human symbol of the sacred divine, and so on, with all such hodgepodge ideologies. But neither the Bhagavad Gita nor the Valmiki Ramayana are meant to be food for one's mental speculations on the nature of reality. Like the Bhagavad Gita, the Valmiki Ramayana is meant to be understood through the Parampara system. Okay, the central teaching of Ramayana is that Rama is the Supreme Person of Godhead, who, because the eternal Spirit, Supreme Lord of all living entities, who, because of their aversion to unmotivated and uninterrupted service unto his lotus feet, are being subjected to continuous cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. So Rama is the Supreme Lord of all living entities, and the living entities, because of their aversion to unmotivated and uninterrupted service, are struggling in this material world. And the Supreme Person of Godhead is ever ready, out of affection for the living entities, his dear children, to award them all kinds of protection from the miseries imposed upon them by material nature. Therefore, it is in their best interest that they surrender unto his lotus feet. And the Lord is ever ready to award them all kinds of protection. Notice this famous statement of Lord Rama. It is my vow to all creatures that if a person only once seriously surrenders unto me, saying, my dear Lord, from this day I am yours. So Rama is saying, it is my vow to all creatures that if one only once seriously surrenders unto me, saying, my dear Lord, from this day I am yours, I shall protect him from all creatures. Serious surrender, not just in words. Serious surrender. Mm. Also, Rama also then says, this is when Vibhishana comes to surrender to Rama. So everybody is doubtful, and Rama just says this. This is my vow to all creatures. And he says, even if Ravana comes and surrenders, I will forgive him also. I will accept him also. This is clarified in the Bhagavad Gita. Sarvadharman pariteja mamekam sharanam brajam tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. Daivi esha gunamayi mama maya duratya mameva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. Mayeva ye mameva ye prapadyante. One has to surrender only to Mamekam, Mameva. So one who solely and wholly, seriously surrenders to the Supreme Lord, then he is protected from all miseries, all problems, all creatures, all troubles, everything. Because all that is a result of our past karma. And Krishna is saying, I'm going to take away all your karma phala. And so when the great Ramayana is understood through the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, through the parampara, the cardinal teachings of the Ramayana become obvious. This might appear strange to those who read such scriptures merely out of academic interest, but the end result is that they will continue to be unable to realize the transcendent truths taught in the scriptures and clarified by the standard Vaishnava parampara. So this is a central theme. So many, multiple times people would have read Ramayana, but again, it's the same thing. Multiple people have read Bhagavad Gita, but they have not come to the stage of surrender. Multiple people have read Ramayana, but they have not come to the stage of surrender to Rama. So there's one more section which now describes how Ramayana elucidates the process of surrender. Hmm. From the beginning of Ramayana to its end, Sri Valmiki presents surrender as the means to attain all sorts of benefits by illustrating the attainment of specific results by persons eligible for them by surrendering. So whatever one is eligible, he can achieve by surrender. Bhagavatam also says, Akama sarva kama va moksha kama udarati tivrena bhakti yogena. So with that intense devotion, single-pointed devotion, anybody can achieve anything they want. Of course, pure devotees want only pure devotion. But anybody who worships Supreme Lord with any desires they have, the Lord will fulfill. But they have to fully surrender. And there are 6 items of surrender. We already know this. Anukulyasa sankalpaha. So here Prabhu is translating this as to do whatever is pleasing to the object of surrender. So which means that if you are surrendering to Guru, then we have to do things which are pleasing to Guru. If you are surrendering to Krishna, then we have to do things which are pleasing to Krishna. If you are surrendering to Rama, then we should do things pleasing to Rama, and so on. And then Pratikulyasa Varjanam. Rakshishyati iti Vishwaso. That to have firm faith, great faith, that the person whom we are surrendering to will protect us. And will also grant the result desired. Goptrutve varnam tata, that he will maintain us. Atmanikshepa, submit oneself completely. Meaning to give up consideration of submitting unto anyone else, he is saying. So Atmanikshepa means submitting ourselves completely to that person alone. And Karpanya means helplessly submit oneself. Very, very nice. That is the reason why we should really hear from realized souls. So amazing. And we've read this multiple times, but We just say humility, but he's saying submitting oneself helplessly. Again, we don't like helplessness, isn't it? Mm. We want to be in control. We want to be calling the shots. We want to feel in control, right? We don't want to feel helpless. Failure seems to indicate failure, but that is surrender. To come to the real knowledge, saying that we are nothing, and we should simply surrender to the Lord. The various aspects of the process of surrender are set out below with reference to incidents described in the Ramayana. So now he's going to quote various incidents from Ramayana and how these various aspects of surrender are being demonstrated. At the beginning, Sri Valmiki describes the Supreme Master and Lord of all as waiting for the opportunity to protect his surrendered devotees. As soon as the Devas surrender unto him and beseech him to save them from the torments of Ravana, he became brilliant in satisfaction, thinking, I have now got the opportunity to protect those who have surrendered unto me. So he was waiting for an opportunity to protect his surrendered devotees. So he says, I have now got the opportunity to protect those. And he appeared with his weapons for protecting them and stood amidst them, fully ready to award them protection from any danger. So he appeared. As soon as all the devas prayed, saying, please protect us from this Ravana, Lord was waiting for that opportunity. So it's very nicely said here, saying that he became brilliant in satisfaction. So he was very happy. Oh, I'm getting this opportunity to protect my surrendered devotees. And immediately appeared with his weapons amidst them, fully ready to award them full protection. At that time, the Devas, headed by Brahma and Rudra, surrendered unto Lord Vishnu, begging him to award them the result of killing Ravana. So even Brahma and Rudra submit themselves to Lord Vishnu, begging him to award them the result of killing Ravana. In the Ramayana, the sage Valmiki also describes in detail how persons such as Trishanku and Shunashepa surrendered unto persons such as Vishwamitra. He does this to point out that the highest duty is to award protection to a surrendered soul, and that if one surrenders unto a person who is fully capable of awarding the desired protection and who is compassionate upon the surrendered soul, such surrender will invariably lead to the desired success. So here, there are two qualities required of the object of surrender, meaning if you're surrendering to somebody, that person should have these qualities. One, he is fully capable of awarding the desired protection, which is why we keep saying that, when we are if we want to surrender to somebody, accept somebody as Shiksha Guru, etc., they should be qualified to actually give that protection that is being sought. Maybe somebody wants protection from, or help to make progress in devotion, etc. But whoever person we are approaching, first of all, he should be fully capable of giving that. And second, he must be compassionate upon the surrendered soul. Both these qualities are required, capability and compassion. Some people might have capability, but they don't have the compassion. They say, no, don't come to me. You go to anybody else. Somebody have the compassion, they don't have the capability. So if you want to surrender to somebody, we need both. We need that person to have both capability and compassion. Sri Valmiki also points out that while surrendering unto the Supreme Lord, very important for us, one must first submit to his consort, who mediates between the surrendered soul and the Lord, and pleads for his mercy upon the surrendered soul. What should we do? We must first surrender to the consort of the Lord. So if you are surrendering to Rama, we should first surrender to Sita Devi. If you are surrendering to Krishna, we should first surrender to Radharani. Bharata surrendered unto Rama, desiring the result of Rama's coronation. as the king of Ayodhya. So Bharata surrendered unto Rama, desiring that he should become king. But it appears that Rama did not fulfill Bharata's desire. Why is that? In this situation, Rama had come out of Ayodhya to grant the result of the Devas' surrender unto him, and him when they had besieged him to kill Ravana. Therefore, Lord Rama gave Bharata his sandals, Paduka, as his representative, thus making his surrender unto him fruitful. And after fulfilling the cherished desires of the Devas, he returned to Ayodhya and coronated himself as the ruler. Therefore, one cannot object that surrender unto him can be fruitless. So Rama gave his Paduka as his representative because he was going to kill Ravana. So surrender is never fruitless. At Dandakaranya, the residents of that forest surrendered unto Rama to destroy the evil opponents to their spiritual practices, right? So then he destroys all those Rakshasas who come. Mm. And here also it's also being said that if we residing in the territory of the Supreme Lord, is itself surrender unto him. So which means that if you are living in Mayapur or Vrindavan or any of the dhams, of course we should be qualified to live there. But if we are living there, that also means that we should be surrendered to the Lord, not that we are simply living there and doing whatever nonsense we want, right? Mm. While describing the incident of the crow who had bitten Sita Devi, the sage shows that simply offering obeisances unto the Lord in full submission is surrender unto him. Simply offering obeisances. So in this context is being said, rejected by his mother and father, as well as the demigods and the great sages. Jayanta was the son of Indra. Jayanta in the form of the crow went around the three worlds and finally fully surrendered unto Rama. So actually, the Jayanta comes and he bites Sita Devi. So Rama is like very upset and he hurls a Brahmastra. He takes one, kusha, one grass, and he throws it at that crow. And now this crow is flying all over the universe. So he goes to his father, mother, they say we can't help. Goes all to the demigods, to the great sages, nobody is able to help. Finally, what that crow does, the Jayanta went around the three worlds, finally fully surrendered unto Rama only. The descendant of Kakutstha, the object of shelter, out of mercy, protected that crow that had fallen on the ground while offering him obeisances, though he deserved to be killed. And simply offering obeisances in full submission will give us protection of the Lord. See, the only thing in all this is that we have to be sincere in what we are doing, right? If we are pretentious, if we are duplicitous, then we are not going to get any mercy from the Lord. Otherwise, surrendering to the Lord is not a difficult process. We have to be fully sincere about our intention. When Sugriva had offended Lord Rama by not searching for Sita after Vali was killed, surrender is again described as joining one's palms in supplication. So Sugriva just joins his palms in supplication. Actually, he joins his palms in supplication and seeks Lakshmana's forgiveness. That is also surrender. The author Valmiki informs us through the following words of Sita Devi that surrender unto the Supreme Lord means being favorably disposed to him in submission. Is very, very important. So we should establish. So here Sita Devi is telling to Ravana. To Ravana she says, if you want safety and do not want a dreadful death, established a useful friendship with the Supreme Person Rama. He knows Dharma and is affectionate to those who surrender unto him. Therefore, if you wish to live, become friendly towards Rama. Please him. He is affectionate to those who have surrendered unto him. Sage Valmiki points out that before surrendering unto the Lord, one should abandon association of all those who oppose such surrender. So this is clear in Vibhishana's surrender. So Vibhishana says, I have abandoned my sons and wife and come to surrender unto Raghava. When Rama wanted to cross the ocean, he surrendered unto the presiding deity of the ocean. So he joined his palms in supplication. Though through this act, it is pointed out that one should not consider an eligible person to be ineligible or an ineligible person to be eligible. Vibhishana surrendered unto Lord Rama as soon as he left Lanka, a place of impurity. Authorities state that Rama's surrender unto the presiding deity of the ocean did not yield his desired result because he had surrendered to someone who was not competent to award the desired result and not compassionate. So, presiding deity of ocean was not a suitable object of surrender. So Rama did not get what he wanted. So it's very, very important. It's not that we just simply surrender and then we will get whatever we are looking for. We might not get fulfilled. The sage Valmiki also describes an incident concerning the Rakshasis who were deputed by Ravana to take care of Sita in the Ashokavana. At a certain point in time, on Ravana's order, they threatened to kill her and feed Ravana with her flesh if she did not agree to Ravana's proposal. At that time, Trijata, a Rakshasi friendly to Sita, chastised the rest of the Rakshasis and related a terrible dream she had the previous night in which she saw Sita reunited with Rama and Ravana and his followers sent to hell and punished. Trijata then advises them, enough of your cruel words, console her. I think we should beseech Vaidehi to protect us. We should beseech Vaidehi to protect us. We should surrender to her to protect us. I saw the dream because she has been put to distress. She'll certainly be freed from all kinds of miseries and will attain her excellent beloved husband. Though she has been scolded by us Rakshasis, we should beg her to protect us, for the Rakshasis have obtained a terrible danger because of Raghava. Why hesitate to ask her this, when we humbly submit to Maithili, the daughter of Janaka, and make her happy? She alone will be able to protect the Rakshasis from the great danger. So this is another very important thing. The internal potency of the Lord is equally capable of accepting our surrender. In fact, the Lord possibly doesn't accept our surrender because we can't go to the Lord directly, right? So when we go to the consort, who is the topmost devotee of the Lord? She is, because Prabhupada says that she's the feminine energy of the Lord. She is more compassionate than the Lord. She will accept our surrender. So which is why in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra also, first we pray to the energy of the Lord. That's why we should surrender to the energy of the Lord. Radha Krishna. First Radha, then Krishna. Sita Rama. Later, after Ravana was killed, Rama sent Hanuman to Sita Devi, informing her of this good news. At that time, Hanuman expressed his desire to torment and kill all the Rakshasis who had tormented her. But all these Rakshasis were protected by Sita simply because they had acted on Trijata's advice. Thus, the sage Valmiki illustrates the principle that even if one surrenders unto a competent and compassionate person other than Rama, that surrender will yield the desired result. So one can surrender to any competent and compassionate person. When Vibhishana surrendered unto Lord Rama, his assistants favorable to him were also protected by Rama. Thus the sage Valmiki points out that when a person surrenders unto the Supreme Lord Rama, even his relatives favorable to him become recipients of the merciful glance of the Supreme Lord. So Tell all people in your house, your relatives, etc., who are not favorable to you, tell them, today is Ramayana. I have surrendered to the Lord. You better not be, don't be unfavorable to me. By just being favorable to me, you will also get benefited. Mm. Thus, the Ramayana states that the only process of surrender, as set out from the beginning to the end of the book, is capable of granting all desired results, and is itself is the cause for liberation from material existence and achieving the lotus feet of the Lord. Mm. So this is nice. We should read such didactic descriptions of Lord's pastimes. Um, Not just Leela. We are happy to hear Leela, but we should understand the underlying principles. Mm. So the whole of Ramayana is just about surrender to the Lord. So very nice. So yeah, and generally we should try not to interpret the pastimes. This is one again. Unfortunately, these things are done. People do these kind of things, and see here, I'm holding the book of very, very qualified Vaishnava Brahmana. Mm, mm. He is not interpreting the Lord's pastimes. He's just translating from other acharyas. That's all. And he's also quoted Srila Prabhupada. Mm. So we should not try to interpret pastimes. Yesterday I saw something saying that life lessons from Ramayana. We should say lessons of devotion, lessons of surrender. Why bring Rama? We are making Rama as a source of material learning. Just one topic I want to talk about, and then I'll close. So Srila Prabhupada talks about this, that Rama is transcendental, Sita is transcendental. Now, why did Rama lament so much when Sita was abducted? Very, very important discussion to understand. So one is, Prabhupada says that Rama is externally showing the attachment of, or the situation of men to attach to women. Now again, this is not, again, whenever I say women, don't think that it is, especially those devotees who are in female body, don't think it's for you. It's for a class of beings created by the Lord called women. And because this whole material world is running behind this attraction to women, so Prabhupada is saying that it shows that if somebody is too attached to women, be it whoever, in various relationships, it results in misery. And so he shows that. But more importantly, something that we can't understand unless we hear from our acharyas is about the divine madness that is experienced by Rama because of his separation from his eternal consort. This is Vipralamba Bhava, the Lord's Vipralamba. And this kind of feelings of separation are also very evident when it comes to Krishna's pastimes in Goloka, and also in Bhauma Vrindavan, right? Radharani and Krishna had to be separated from one another for 100 years because of the curse of Sridama on Radharani. And that separation was very bitter. Actually, that separation was so bitter that eventually all the gopis, of course, starting with Radharani, they couldn't bear that separation. They couldn't live away from Krishna. And externally, they committed suicide. They all drowned themselves. Somebody jumped off Govardhana hill, etc., etc., and they just vanished. 16,108 gopis vanished. And where did they appear? They appeared in various places as daughters of various kings, etc., would subsequently be married to Krishna. So that was the result of their Vipralamba, because they couldn't bear that separation from Krishna. So this Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also teaches us this Vipralamba. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the mood of Radharani, experiencing bitter separation from Krishna. And his Shikshastaka takes a devotee to that stage of Vipralamba. Nayanam galadashtu dharaya vadanam gadgadaruddhaya gira pulakair nichitam vapukada tavanama grahane bhavishyati युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृषायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे. So I want to just talk about two things and I will close this discussion. Very important for our progress in devotion. I'm going to expand about on this in the one day yatra that we are looking forward to. It's a very, very important topic. What is that? So there are two types of separation. One is separation from the Lord, which we are too far from that. At least I am too far from that. Too far from feeling separation from the Lord, because we are still drowned in material things, material world, material, etc., etc., right? So we don't feel any separation from the Lord. But we can feel separation from the stages of bhakti which we have not reached. So, for example, if we are still struggling with anartha nivritti, we can feel separation from the stage of nishta. What is this feeling separation from the stage of nishta means? Means that feeling, oh, I'm still stuck in anartha nivritti. When will I get to this nishta? This is very, very important. This is indirect Vipralamba from Krishna, because unless we make progress till Bhava, Prema, we're not going to get Krishna. So our Vipralamba, our separation, our feeling of being useless, worthless, because we've not been able to make progress. So many devotees come and keep telling me, saying that, Prabhu, I'm feeling miserable. I said, very good. I say, good. I don't say why. Then they don't ask me why also. I just say good. So today I'm telling you what the reason is. The reason is that we have to have this hankering for something which we don't possess spiritually, which are the higher stages of devotion. And this is going to be the root cause of us making tremendous spiritual progress. So Lord Rama was showing us the next level where Radha cannot live away from Krishna, Krishna cannot live away from Radha, Rama cannot live away from Sita, Sita cannot live away from Rama. And it is divine madness. It's divine madness. There is no logic. We cannot attribute any logic to the behavior. But for materialists, Rama also wanted to show that material world is going to be full of suffering if you're going to be materially attached. If you're materially attached, then life is material suffering. And yeah, in this case, Rama's attachment to his wife externally is just one type of attachment, material attachment. Any material attachment results in misery. This is the rule of this world, niyama of this world. So two things we can take away as core cardinal teachings for our progress in devotion. The first is surrender, and the second is we have to start feeling some separation. Like I said, we might not be able to feel separation from the Lord yet. We can feel separation from our Guru. We can feel separation from higher stages of devotion. All this is going to propel our progress in devotion. Okay, so with that, I'll stop here. Hope and pray that all of you will have a very blissful Sri Ram Navami. Remain in this consciousness of these two topics that we discussed, and pray to Lord Rama, pray to Mother Sita, who is going to be most merciful in blessing us and giving us her causeless mercy and taking us to the lotus feet of her Lord. Of course, then it's all the mood is also about our Ishtadeva, right? If somebody is more attached to Rama and Sita, then they can do that. Somebody is more attached to Radha and Krishna, they can do that, considering that they are non-different. Right? Just the mood is different. Mood is different. Qualities the form of the Lord exhibits is different, but they're non-different. Mm. Mm. In fact, I feel personally that I got a lot of mercy from Lord Rama and Sita because mercifully I was allowed to be part of this, part of this translation service of Ramayana translation service for my Guru Maharaj. So by distributing Ramayana today, so a lot of devotees are going out to distribute books. So we all pray that you all can give Rama to the hands of unfortunate souls out there and bring them to his shelter. So it's a great service. So it's okay, it's sacrifice if you can go out today and do book distribution and not get stuck either at work or maybe just wanting to do okay, let me do my own chanting, my own hearing, my own festival, right? So it's good, it's a big sacrifice, and it will, all of these will have their benefits, right? Lord will bestow more mercy on all of those devotees. So we pray that all those devotees who are out there can actually distribute the mercy of Lord Rama. Okay, so with that I'll stop here. Shri Ram Navami Mahamotsav ki jai. Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samveta Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Of course, we didn't get a chance to talk about Hanuman, but maybe some other time. So wherever there is Lord, there is his devotee. Yeah, but yeah, today these two important things I wanted to just discuss about surrender and separation. Okay, any questions, comments?